Hey guys, so my name is Sarah and my video today is on chapter 14, which is all about stress, lifestyle, and health. And so the concepts I'll be covering in this video are what are stressors, how does stress affect our health, and the ways that you can use to reduce or cope with stress. So yes, I hope you enjoy and thank you for watching. So to get some real-life examples of some stressors, I asked my sister and my cousin to just tell me what they were currently stressed about.
Something that is currently giving me stress right now is school in a way, because I'm going into my fourth year of college and I really kind of don't know what I'm doing with my life. So that's kind of stressful on top of potential like post-grad, like applications, like, to grad school and stuff. And that's kind of difficult because I don't know exactly what I'm doing. So I think it's school, and on top of applying to grad school, on top of not really knowing what sort of direction I want to go into like after my undergraduate years. So that's kind of what's giving me stress right now, on top of the pandemic, which is a whole nother story.
I am currently stressed about school in a way because I'm going to be an incoming sophomore and I have to start worrying about colleges, and on top of that my academics to ensure that I actually will get accepted into college. So it's kind of overwhelming to process.
See, my sister and my cousin mainly stressed about just acute stressors such as school, but there are also things such as chronic stressors. Some examples of chronic stressors are long-term unemployment and imprisonment. Acute and chronic stressors can build up and just really take a toll on your health. As we know, stress can be really detrimental to our health if it gets really extreme or is built up over long periods of time. Some examples of stress-related illnesses are headaches, acne, and lower back pain. These are only minor effects of stress. Stress can also cause long-term illnesses such as heart disease, diabetes, and high blood pressure. Stress affects everyone differently. I decided to ask my sister and my cousin how their body is affected by stress.
Okay. So a time that I remember being extremely stressed was around the month of March, when I had to come home to SoCal midway through my spring semester of college this year. For context, I go to college in Northern California, so it's a good 7 to 8 hour drive. So obviously, midway through the semester, I wasn't expecting to come home and continue my full load of classes online in a completely different environment. And so that was a time when I was extremely stressed, on top of just personal and family things that were going on during that time. And things that I physically experienced during that time, like because of the stress, was I experienced a lot of headaches, just different times where I was experiencing stomach aches as well. And yeah, it was not a fun time, to say the least. Like, I experienced a lot of different physical things happening to my body, and that wasn't fun. I'm better now, but that time was super stressful and affected me a lot.
Okay, so the last time I remember being super stressed was when it was my first week of my junior year, and I was my first year taking AP classes, and I was taking AP Bio and AP Calculus at the time, and I didn't really know how the teachers would test me, and so I got really stressed on the first couple of tests, specifically the first test of both of those classes, because they ended up being on the same day. And so I was just really worried about those two. And all throughout that week, I just had a huge migraine for no reason. And my appetite just was non-existent. And but after that test, everything got better. So yeah. The last time I remember being extremely stressed was back in December when I was a freshman in high school taking my finals, because I haven't really experienced a time where this big test kind of determined my whole semester grade, and it was just nerve-wracking as everyone else was as tense as I was, and it didn't feel all that good, and I was really stressed. So I guess I started to get stomach aches and become more tired, in a sense where I just wanted to take a nap and didn't want to do anything anymore because I couldn't handle the pressure.
So there are many different techniques and just actions that people do to try to reduce or cope with stress. Some people cope with stress mentally and others cope physically. There are even people who do both. Here are some ways that you can use the next time you are feeling maybe a little stressed or overwhelmed. So to see what people actually think about some of these techniques, I asked my sister and my cousin to partake in some of these techniques, specifically deep breathing and muscle relaxation, and just to see their thoughts on it and if they would do it again if they were stressed.
Okay. So I thought that the exercise was pretty cool. I'd never done any sort of breathing exercises like that. Um, and I thought that it didn't really like de-stress my muscles like on my arms or like legs or anything, but it definitely calmed me down in terms of my headspace. And that was like really cool, especially when a lot of my stress tends to go toward my head. I think I would do it again. And yeah, I think it's like really helpful, especially when like individuals would have like a lot of stress or don't really know how to deal with it. I think it's like a good way to like de-stress, calm down at least. If not de-stress, then at least calm down, and bring your breathing pace back to like a normal pace, especially for those who um, are anxious sometimes, especially under stress.
The exercise was an interesting experience. But as I was doing it, my mind definitely cleared and it was like calm and nice. But I personally would probably not do it again as it just didn't seem to really help me with my stress. Is that good?
So we can see that my sister and my cousin had pretty differing views on just the techniques they were given, and that's fine. Everyone's body reacts differently to each technique, and so it's just important to find one that works best for you and your body and just your situation. So that's all I have for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something new.